Welcome to a profound journey into the philosophy of Nishida Kitaro, the foundational thinker of Japan's Kyoto School, and how his ideas harmonize with inner ontology. Nishida, born in 1870 and passing in 1945, lived through Japan's rapid modernization, blending Zen Buddhism, Western influences like Hegel and Bergson, and traditional Eastern thought to create a unique vision of reality. He challenged the dualisms, self vs world, subject versus object, proposing instead a dynamic unity where existence unfolds through contradiction and place. Io complements this by positing existence as a rhythmic field of inner instincts, where inner coherence and outer differentiation entangle to generate all structures from consciousness to the cosmos. This synthesis reveals reality not as static entities, but as a living participatory process, bridging Eastern intuition with contemporary ontology. Imagine Japan at the turn of the 20th century. The Meiji Restoration had thrust the nation into industrialization. Western science flooded in, and traditional spirituality clashed with modernity. Amid this turbulence, Nishida Kitaro emerged as a professor at Kyoto University, founding the Kyoto School, a movement that sought to reconcile Eastern wisdom with global philosophy. Influenced by his Zen practice and studies in Germany, Nishida rejected Cartesian dualism, where mind and matter are separate. Instead, he drew from Mahayana Buddhism's emptiness, sunyata, and Hegel's dialectics to explore how reality self-determines. For example, think of a river. It's not just water, substance, or flow, function. It's the place where they unite, constantly reshaping itself. Nishida's era, marked by words and cultural shifts, mirrored this. Philosophy became a tool for navigating identity in a changing world. From an IO perspective, this context reflects unresolved entanglements, cultural asymmetries demanding directional balance. Nishida's revival of non-dual thought parallels IOIs, where pre-categorical indistinctness allows for emergent relations without rigid separation. Nishida Kitaro's philosophy revives around the concept of basho, the logic of place, which serves as a foundational framework for understanding existence. Basho is not a mere location or container in the conventional sense. It is a dynamic where that encompasses all of reality without being reducible to any particular thing, subject, or object. It acts as the ground where all determinations occur, allowing opposites to meet, transform, and unfold. Below, I organize Nishida's key ideas logically, starting from the purpose and nature of Basho, moving to its implications for determination and nothingness, then to its concreteness through the individual, and finally to the generative dynamics of expression, contradiction, and reality. This structure highlights how Basho enables a non-dualistic view of existence, where thinking arises from the immediacy of facts rather than abstract principles. Nishida introduced the logic of Basho to enable thinking directly from fact itself, bypassing traditional subject-object dualisms. In conventional logic, facts are viewed through predetermined categories, such as nominative, subject-based, or object-based perspectives. But Nishida argues that even before such determinations, the fact is already a form of determination within Basho. For instance, when we encounter a phenomenon like a blooming flower, it is not first isolated as an object observed by an ego, rather than the entire event. including the observer, the observed, and the context, is already determined as a unified place. This predetermination means that facts precede our conscious viewing or categorization. Substance, consciousness, life, and other elements exist prior to our perception, but they do not require external agents like substance, ego, or God to bring them into being. Basho thus functions as an infinite container that contains itself. It is self-encompassing, where the act of determination happens without a separate determiner. Nishida emphasizes that this is not a prescriptive way we should think. It is how we already think. As he puts it, it is not what we should think like this. We think already like this. This reflects Basho's role as the implicit ground of all experience, making philosophy not an imposition, but a revelation of what is already operative in reality. At the heart of Basho is determination without a determiner, which Nishida calls the determination of nothingness. This is not a process where something determines another thing. Instead, it is a self-determining act emerging from absolute nothingness. Absolute nothingness is not a void of absence or negation in the nihilistic sense. It is a creative ground beyond being and non-being, pure potentiality from which all forms arise. For example, imagine silence in music. It is not merely the absence of sound, but the essential space that allows melody to emerge and gain meaning. Similarly, absolute nothingness is the nothing that enables everything to be determined without relying on pre-existing entities like ego, God, or substance. This absoluteness is not an object we must believe in or posit. Even disbelief or doubt is already indebted to it, as all acts of thinking or negation occur within its encompassing place. Nishida's view here draws from Zen influences, where emptiness is fertile rather than empty, fostering transformation. In this framework, reality is not built from fixed substance, but unfolds through this nothingness, making Basho the active place where seer and seen, knower and known become one without separation. What makes the logic of Basho concrete rather than abstract? Nishida grounds it in the concept of the individual, understood in a radical sense as self. Unlike abstract logics that generalize without reference to particulars, Basho's logic incorporates the individual as an integral extension, ensuring it encompasses any and all individuals. Concreteness arises because the individual is always situated in the here and now, a viewpoint where contradictory elements unite in momentary determination. For instance, at each instant, an individual, like a person experiencing joy and sorrow simultaneously, unites contrary things, unity and multiplicity, stability and change, as a single self-determining act. This unity is not static, it is expressive, where the individual reflects itself outward while remaining rooted inward. Vice versa, expression feeds back into determination. Nishida notes that this need not be confined to physical time and space. Even conceptual determinations involve the individual as an expressive act. When an individual is determined as such, it has already determined the abstract concept in return, manifesting as being through expression. However, for the individual to be concretely real, it cannot be merely individual in an isolated sense. It transcends pure individuality. As Nishida explains, to express self is to reflect self in external, seeing from there, getting out from continuous time. This means the self escapes linear temporality by expressing itself outward, creating a dialectical loop where inward self-reflection and outward manifestation are inseparable. Individuals and their expressions are thus two sides of the same coin. The act of expression reveals the self, while the self grounds expression. In Basho's logic, negation is not mere denial, but a generative force that affirms through expression. Negation allows opposites to coexist and transform. What appears as contradiction affirms the whole by enabling growth. This dialectical negation is affirmative because it produces something new. Expression as the bridge between inner potential and outer realization. Language emerges from this dynamic. Expression can never fully capture the expressed thing itself. It is always partial, symbolic, or mediated. Paradoxically, this incompleteness is what enables expression to function. If language were identical to the thing, it would cease to represent or communicate. For example, the word tree is not the tree, but its difference allows it to evoke the essence, pointing beyond itself. In this sense, expressive facts precede any formal judgment or logical proposition. Judgments are secondary derivations from the primary pre-linguistic determination within Basho. Nishida ties this to everyday experience. It is not that we are alive. It is known by thinking. We think since we are alive. This emerges traditional epistemology, where knowledge precedes or defines existence. Instead, living reality is the ground for thought, indicating an unspeakable origin at each moment. Ordinary reality, mundane acts like breathing or perceiving, reveals this origin, which cannot be fully articulated because it precedes language and categorization. The unspeakable origin is the Basho of absolute nothingness, where all determinations begin. It is unspeakable not because it is mystical or inaccessible, but because it is the immediate, pre-reflective fact of being. For instance, in the act of seeing a landscape, the unity of viewer and viewed happens instantly, before words or analysis intervene. This origin pulses through every moment, making reality a continuous self-expression of contradictions, resolving into wholeness. In summary, Nishida's Basho is a concrete logic that thinks from fact itself, determining reality through absolute nothingness without agents. It is concrete via the radical self of the individual, where contradictions unite in the here and now, generating expression beyond continuous time. Negation affirms language emerges from expressive incompleteness, and ordinary reality points to an unspeakable origin. This framework echoes process-oriented views, where reality is flux and change emphasis on direct experience. Basho thus dissolves dualisms, portraying existence as a self-determining place where unity and multiplicity, being and nothingness, co-create through generative tension. Inner ontology begins with inner instincts, fundamental existence in a balanced superposition of inward coherence and outward differentiation. IUIs aren't objects but potentials like a quantum field before collapse. Through inner entanglement, interactions create directional asymmetries, stabilizing into patterns. Inward pulls gathers wholeness, like gravity forming stars, while outward pushes foster diversity like evolution branching species. Balance edge layers. These are directional gauges with positive inward balance building integrity and positive outward balance enhancing engagement. Consciousness emerges recursively, self-entangling loops where systems reflect their rhythms, distinguishing soft emergence. Collective patterns like societies from hard emergence, self-referential awareness. Mathematically, I/O uses complex numbers, real parts for inward imaginary for outnode, mirroring Euler's identity for page shifts. IO's self-invariance unifies phenomena from quantum superposition to cosmic expansion. Existence is a generative rhythm of participation. A Zen garden symbolizing the absolute nothingness as a creative ground in Nishida's thought. Nishida's basho deeply aligned with IOIs. Both are pre-categorical grounds. Basho as the place of nothingness, mirroring IOI's indistinct superposition. A non-substantial field where inner potentials dwell without distinction. Absolute nothingness echoes IOI's undivided state. Not emptiness, but the generative void from which directionality emerges, like a calm sea, before waves from inward push or outward thrust. The self-identity of the absolute contradictory parallels IOE. Nishida's opposites, one, many, self, other, uniting through negation resembles inner entanglement, where asymmetry creates identity. For example, Nishida's tree, unity in contradiction, is like IO's balance modulation, inward coherence, root stability, contradicting yet affirming outward differentiation, branch growth, resulting in emergent life. Nishida's historical world, where self and environment co-determine, reflects IO's participatory ontology, consciousness as a recursive IOE, not isolated mind, but entangled rhythm. Critics of Nishida, like abstractness, are addressed by IO's primitives. Basho gains directional structure through IOIs, grounding non-duality in testable entanglement. This fusion extends to quantum analogies, where wave function collapse as contradictory resolution, and social theory dissolving agency structure dichotomies. IO enhances Nishida by providing a minimum ontology for his intuitive concepts. Basho becomes the field of IOIs, absolute nothingness, the indistinct superposition, and contradictory identity, the dynamic of IOE, where inward-outward tensions self-determine reality. Nishida's emphasis on intuition and action infuses IO with experiential depth. Ethical self-realization as balance-guided participation in the rhythmic field. Conversely, Nishida adds cultural resonance to IO. His Zen-inspired non-dualism enriches IO's monism, portraying existence as self-awakening nothingness. Together, they create a robust paradigm, reality as place-based entanglement, scalable from personal consciousness to cosmic unfolding. This synthesis has wide-reaching implications. Ethically, it unifies self-cultivation with relational responsibility. Nishida's moral intuition as modulating inner balances, addressing modern alienation through entangled care. For example, environmental ethics as balancing inward reflection with outward action for sustainability. Cosmologically, absolute nothingness meets IO's unresolved IOIs. Dark energy as outward flows from the place of potential, offering models for quantum gravity where contradictions drive expansion. In consciousness studies, contradictory self-identity anticipates emergent minds, testing recursive patterns in AI or neuroscience. For self-awareness, it inspires practices like meditation, experiencing Basho as IOI field fosters authenticity, turning everyday contradictions into generative growth. Synthesizing Nishida, Kitaro, and inner ontology reveals existence as a place of generative nothingness. Basho as the field of IOIs, contradiction as entangled rhythm, self as participatory unfolding. Nishida awakens us to non-dual intuition. IO provides the directional primitives, elevating Kyoto School thought to a universal framework. From absolute nothingness to IO recursion, life pulses as contradictory unity. dynamic, relational, creative. This invites engagement, embrace the place of entanglement, navigate inward outward flows, and co-create meaning in the ever-unfolding cosmos.